The Meg. Hello everybody, I'm coming at you in 3D. Except I don't need these 3D glasses because this movie had nothing in 3D. But let's not talk about that, let's talk about the movie. So The Meg tells a story about Jason Statham who has to go rescue a group of people who are underneath the surface of the ocean in some other lair that hasn't been found by man yet. And when they get down there, they're immediately attacked by the Meg. And Jason has to go rescue these people, and after he rescues them, he realizes they left a hole down there, and the Meg is now on the surface with everybody else. And then comes Megalodon. Now Jason Statham has to fight a creature with teeth bigger than Gary Busey. And they have to stop it, trank it, put a tracker on it, and that's basically what takes place throughout the whole movie. This movie just kind of drags a little bit, and it's not a really fun action-packed movie. Everything you see in this trailer is basically all the cool shit at the end when it comes to that big group of people. And out of the hundreds of people that you see in this movie, I think maybe a dozen people get eaten, and there's no blood whatsoever. The only blood you see in this movie is just food that they throw in the water like in Jaws. And this movie is nothing like Jaws. This movie is just kind of a disappointment to me because I thought that this would be at least entertaining somewhat, but there was just segments where I was just bored. They try to drop some comedy every now and then with this one character. I don't know his name. I think it's Cliff Curtis. He's the billionaire who's funding this project because they're trying to find species that haven't been discovered yet to make money, because it's all about making money. That's the only motivation that exists in movies nowadays, is just money. It's all about money. And just casting Jason Statham alone, just that idea, when I first heard that was going to happen, that Jason Statham, the transporter, was going to be in a shark movie, my initial reaction was, this is a movie that I have been hearing about for 4 or 5 years. I feel like I've been hearing it my whole life. Just there's gonna be a big shark movie. They're finally gonna do it. It's not gonna be a sci-fi movie, no cheap CGI. It's gonna be a big, badass movie. And now Jason Statham's gonna be in it. It's gonna be fucking awesome. And then we get this. I feel like you could put anybody else in that role that Jason Statham plays, and it would be the same movie. He doesn't make this movie better. He's just doing his job. Anybody could have done this role. It's not this isn't like a Jason Statham movie. So he's not kicking anybody's ass in this movie or anything. He's just talking like Jason Statham talks. That's all he does. This movie was shot well. I mean, all the best iconic shots in this movie were in the trailer, and at least the trailer doesn't have anything in it where it's not actually in the movie, fucking Slender Man. It's a bad sign walking into this movie when you hear from the director, yeah, this movie had some blood in it, I was actually gonna make it bloody, but then we had to tame it down to get a PG-13 rating, because everything has to be PG-13 nowadays, just for money. See, real life, it's all about money. You get a couple of moments where it's just you see what's gonna happen, you just see it coming a mile away and it happens. It doesn't surprise you at all. But there's actually a twist in this movie, I'm not gonna spoil it for you, where you think something's gonna happen and then something else completely different happens and you had no idea that was gonna happen. I'm not gonna spoil it, so I'm gonna be very vague with it. And like I said at the beginning, I saw this in 3D, and there was no point for it whatsoever. There were so many moments where I was like, oh, that was a perfect moment just to stick something in my face or drop something in my face, and they kept missing the camera on purpose. It was so many opportunities for 3D in this movie, and they didn't take advantage of it. It's they shot this movie in 2D, and they were like, oh, let's just release it in 3D too, even though we did nothing in this movie that would prompt that. There's not even necessary. Once again, money. The shark in this movie you don't even see on screen for I feel 45 minutes into this movie. I think this is almost a 2-hour movie, I forgot. But the shark doesn't show up until when the movie's over halfway done. You just kind of hear rumbling and stuff. This movie was just kind of a disappointment. It was just kind of boring, and this wasn't no action-packed thriller. It didn't even feel like a horror movie. It just felt like a drama thriller. There's a character who dies in this movie, and I was watching the whole time, but I guess I missed something, because I have no idea what killed this guy. He just drops dead. It's one of those cliche moments in movies where they're just saying, dramatic stuff right before they die. I love you. Bye. There's a girl in this movie who's from, John Wick 2. She plays that deaf girl who does, she does all the sign language. I thought it was kind of neat to see her in this movie because, all I know her from is John Wick 2, where she doesn't talk at all. It was interesting to hear her voice in this movie. But yeah, this movie didn't really do anything, special. There was no badass moments where you're like, oh, that was so awesome! No, it's just yeah. They just spend the whole movie just tracking the shark and trying to figure out how they're gonna kill it. And it's just a slow build to the last 20 minutes where it's finally taking out that whole arena, just a whole area of people that are swimming, which is like thousands of people, and like I said, it only kills like a dozen people. So yeah, this movie is just a letdown to me. I wouldn't say it's a terrible movie. It's not too boring. It's definitely shot well. The acting's good, so I'll give it those. The acting's good, the directing's good, and this movie is only worth one viewing, so I would just see it in 2D at the Redbox. The CGI was good too with the shark. At least there wasn't no Sharknado CGI, you know what I mean? It was actually good. But those are my thoughts on the Meg. What did you think about it? Let me know in the comments below. Do you agree that anybody else could have played this movie? Was Jason Statham the reason why you went to see this movie? Because that was definitely a big reason for me to go see it. I was interested to see what his character could bring to this movie, and it's just like anybody else could have been in that role. But let me know what you thought about this movie in the comments below. Thank you so much, and make sure to click on my sexy face in 5 seconds. And until next time, auf Wiedersehen.